is the 77 WABC minicast.
8:44 Monday morning. Mr. Red Apple Media, the host of not one but two great shows on this station, 5 p.m. every weekday afternoon. It's the Cats and Cosby Show. Did see Rita Cosby last night. And the masterpiece comes your way 8 a.m. every Sunday morning, the Cats Round Table. It's a heck of a party you and Margot put on last night.
I am still dizzy. I don't know. I didn't get, we waited till the very end. I didn't get home till about midnight.
Ooh.
Today's Monday. Back to work.
Back to work.
What do you call it? Back to work Monday?
Back to work Monday. Well, let me explain this to me, though, because...
we lost. Marty Supreme lost 9 out of 9.
Yeah, why is that, John?
Well, I ran AI this morning. I never run AI. I said, why? And, they blame Hollywood and their feelings towards the movie. They blame Timothy Chalamet for his comments on the ballet. But 0 for 9?
Come on. It was the best movie. It just was.
It was a good movie. Maybe it shouldn't win 9 out of 9.
Maybe 3?
But it should have won 2 or 3.
Right. 0 for 9.
0 for 9. Strike 9. You struck out the whole inning.
3 straight innings. You struck out the whole
3
side.
straight innings.
Yeah, so we had a great party, though, nevertheless, last night.
It was a great party.
It was. And you and I had fun before while people were reveling inside the stage area. At one point last night, me, John, Mark Simone, and Joe Piscopo were all on the air together.
Yeah, between 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. And we shot the crap.
Yeah. It was fun.
And we talked about the Oscars. We talked about Sinatra. We talked about everything.
We did. It was a lot of fun, and the place was packed last
Mark
night.
Simone is my friend for,
I love
40 years almost.
I love him, too. I'm very close with Brian Kilmeade, but I also love Mark Simone.
Yeah.
I love him. And it was funny to see a guy from WOR, a guy from 970, us from WABC, all in the same studio, John. And guess what? Nobody died.
Nobody died. Yeah. And did anybody die in Marty Supreme? No, just
Nobody
one guy.
died.
Well, one guy.
That's right. The one guy. Right.
There was the one guy that went to collect, get his dog or something.
You know who did die, though, last week? Ernie Anastos. And I got to tell you.
I had to wake this afternoon.
Today's the wake. I must tell you that last night, to watch you, Margot, your beautiful daughter, AJ.
We gave a special tribute.
Yes, your son and your daughter-in-law, who's going to give birth to your second grandchild in about 2 months. J4. It was lovely. And you talked about a couple of things that you're going to do, scholarship studios. Tell the listening audience what you have in store for the late, great Ernie Anastos.
Ernie Anastos has been my friend for 50 years. We ran, me, Ernie, Rosanna Scotto, Nick Gregory. We ran the Greek Parade on Fifth Avenue for 12 to 15 years. And when Ernie left Fox, when we bought WABC, we hired Cousin Brucie right away.
Right away.
We hired Ernie right away. And because, look, the same thing that Josh Safdie did with the movie. You wanted to hire New York icons. Well, that's what WABC did. We hired New York icons. We hired Cousin Brucie. We hired Cindy Adams. We hired Ernie Anastos. How can you go wrong with hiring icons in this world?
You can't.
And one of the things that we do at WABC, and I've told that to everybody has the right to free speech. Everybody has the right to free speech. The only time we had a problem was with Rudy. Rudy, and I love Rudy. I have no problem with Rudy. But, it cost the Dominion went after Fox for $800 million. The bad news is, or the good news is, I'm good for the $800 million. So I said, Rudy, I don't want to fight this battle.
Right.
And he took it the wrong way. I have nothing against Rudy. He was one of the best mayors we ever had. And
he was the best mayor.
Look, I have nothing against him.
But there's a couple of guys who have worked for you over the last couple of years who have taken things the wrong way, and they love to attack you now at every opportunity. But I wouldn't worry about that. I'd be more worried about the fact that you, John, right now, you have to shoulder all the taxes in New York City on you.
Well, I just talked to Newt Gingrich, and we talked about it. We have the reason everybody came to America. We have freedom of religion. I don't care, like you said before. I was listening to you at 6 o'clock. We Muslims, we have nothing against Muslims.
Not at all. No.
We have nothing against all Christians.
No.
We have nothing against Protestants. We have nothing against Jews.
Nothing.
The freedom of religion. The only thing we have is any particular sect of those religions that want to kill the other people. Those people we're against.
Correct. 100%.
Now, let's talk about the next thing, the American Revolution. Remember the words, the freedom to tax is the freedom to destroy. Well, they have crossed the line. They have crossed the line in Illinois. They have crossed the line in New York. They're threatening to cross the line in New York. They crossed the line in California.
Hold on. When you say they, are you talking about Democrat politicians?
I would say the new group.
Yeah.
The Democratic Socialists.
Not Bob Holden.
No, the Democratic Socialists.
Right.
That they realized on their own when they run for office, they get 2% of the vote. So they came up with, oh my God, the theory, let's take over the Democratic Party. I had Jason Smith on. I had the head of the Congressional Ways and Means Committee, I think. And I had a lot of people on this week. And you know what they're saying? Foreign money is seeping into our system of politics. And all of a sudden, you wake up in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, there's a pickets going up. Everybody has the same sign. Everybody has the same T-shirt. It's not the names necessarily that everybody says. It's the money. Foreign governments are putting money through those people.
True.
And they're just using them, how do you say it? Conduits.
Yes.
But the power to tax is the power to destroy. And I think, and I said to Newt Gingrich this morning, and I'll be talking to him at 5 o'clock today, me and Rita, you can't go after a certain class of people. You can't go after billionaires and say, they're the ones that create the jobs. They're all moving out of California. They're going to be moving out of New York. So the power to tax is the power to destroy. And I think it has to go to the Supreme Court because you can't go after any individual class of people.
Especially you guys.
It's wrong.
You guys made it. You're successful. You should be celebrated, not punished. Not punished. You employ a lot of people, John. Look, a lot of people. 70
years, you work 50 years, 60 years.
Right.
And you work 100 hours a week. They want you on equal basis as the guy that doesn't work?
Yeah, the guy sitting at home right now smoking weed, eating Cocoa Pebbles, and watching SpongeBob.
I mean,
come on. Final 60 seconds. That's
Go ahead.
I put it pretty good for you, though, right? Strait of Hormuz, that seems to be why this Iran conflict continues. Israel says we got about 3 weeks left. United States says we could be done sooner, but the problem is, as you know, as an oil guy, a successful oil guy, the Strait of Hormuz is a big issue. What are your thoughts moving forward here?
I think that what I've said last week, I said that under Joe Biden, you had $90 oil for 4 years. And nobody complained?
What do you mean 90? Didn't it hit 120, 140,
well,
160?
It hit 120, 130 for about 10 seconds or whatever.
Where are we now? Are we at 105 right now?
Right now it's 97. It went down $2 today. So right now under President Trump 47, under President Trump 45, you had $55 oil. Under President Trump 47, you only have $90 oil for 2 weeks. Maybe it's going to level off in 1 month, maybe 2 months. But how does that compare with Joe Biden And don't forget, I mean, I tell the Europeans, now we're going to find out for sure, Sid, who are our allies. I mean, the Europeans are tiptoeing through the tulips. And what does that mean? Do they trust Putin more, or do they trust us more?
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But here's a big one you need to hear. Billions. That's the amount of money in refunds the IRS has flagged for possible identity fraud. Now here's another big number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. One last big number. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.